Hello, welcome to the Coloring Collective. Today we are going to work a little more on this page you see here, this Halloween page. If you want to catch up, you can watch part 1 where I colored in everything you see here, all of this. Let's go ahead and gather up our supplies. This page is coming from the Johanna Basford Magical Worlds book. And I like to use the Castle Arts Soft Touch colored pencils. They're pretty nice. I have a set of 120. And then I also like to keep a little pencil sharpener handy. Cadmium Yellow 007. Maybe do some of these feathers. I'll do another cadmium orange deep 079. Cadmium Yellow Light 004. Venetian Red 021. Let's do some more of the feathers here. Make sure you've got a pretty sharp pencil to get in some of these little spots here. I'm gonna start with this Venetian red and then blend it into a different color here. All right, Peach 018. Let's see how this looks. It's kind of close to the Venetian red. I think I'll pick a different color. Something a little more yellowy. I'll finish the tail in the peach. Let's do that. Let's do golden yellow 003. beak here. Now for the body, let's do magenta 086. I'm going to push kind of hard on the pencil here and then really light in the middle. And I'll do the same here and push kind of hard on these lines that are already there. And then I think I'll do this next part here. Just push a little lighter. So when we do the next color, we'll blend and it'll look nice. So follow this along. There we go. Kind of just do some shading with this magenta color here. Okay. All right, to complement the magenta, let's do purple 029. And get in here first. Let's push real light with the pencil at first. I'm going to do something a little more pink. We've got grenadine light here, 033. And I'll just start right here where the magenta picked off, or left off. There we go, that looks good. Just using a small circular motion to sort of blend. And then get this little detail around the eye feathers here. All right, we'll do the next row of feathers. Yeah, that looks good. Get this row here. This row of feathers here. And then finally this little bottom part. Here's primrose yellow, 002. Let's get this eye. Okay, maybe also this color too. I think I'll pull out Venetian red again, 021, and just get this little part. Get some of the colors from the wings. All right. We've got leaf green middle, 060. Let's get these little mushrooms here next to the parrot. Let's work on some of these little bottles here. I'm going to do the outline kind of dark and then shade it in kind of light. So I'll push dark here and here and then light like this in the bottles. Not sure what too many of these bottles are filled with, but I think this is a fun neon green. It's almost like a highlighter green. So I think that looks good in some of these bottles. Chrome green 053. We'll get the rest of these mushrooms here. let's do raw umber 116 for this top. So I'll push a little hard here, and then the very top of the mushroom I'll just do really light, sort of give it some dimension. And very light there. And this might also be a good color for these toppers here. One more. Yellow ochre 077. We'll finish off all these little tops. We'll do more of these bottles. Grenadine 080. This little heart, maybe this is a love potion. Let's see, up here. Okay, just sort of shading this here in the corners. Now I've got Azalea Pink 082. Finish up in here. Maybe this is a jar of jelly or jam. There we go. Let's do one more pink bottle. There you go. Don't push too hard. Maybe we'll add another color in later. And one more. Vermilion 023. Let's get this bottle here. I'll push kind of hard on the outside, like that. And then really light in the middle. There we go. Maybe I'll make this diamond here some kind of label. This label too. Push kind of hard in the middle, and then there you go. Just shade that top part. And it looks like two different colors just by pressing lighter. And we've got Jade Green 106. Doing the same technique where it's just kind of darker along the edges, and then just shade it really light in the middle. This one's got a little triangle shape to it. There we go. Let's do Cerulean Blue Middle 099. We'll get these last couple bottles colored in. About it, we'll put this here. And then just shade really light so it looks like maybe a little ruffled piece of fabric. This is Phthalo Green Light 051. And I'm just pushing real light here. Get the glass color. And then a little hard on the edges. I think I'll make all these bottles the same glass color, since there's some space between them. All right, and last but not least, we'll do this big jar. Actually, that jar, I think I'll do a darker green, Prussian green 055. Let's go ahead and color this in. Oh, there we go. Just give it a different color. I'm just kind of coloring medium, not pushing too hard at all, going over the other color. This label, almost forgot that piece. Okay, we're going to leave all these little shelves empty for now and come back, so that way they all match. And with this cauldron, we're going to do this little rope here that comes down. Let's do brown ochre 115. And we're just picking up where we left off on part 1. I think I'll color in the whole thing. This is a very, very thin section here to color, so make sure your pencils are sharp. All right, I'm going to give it a little dimension here and just do it, come through real light on the top like that, and just shade the dark bottom part. There we go. Get here behind the bird's tail. There we go. A little bit more. And do that part real light. Get that little knot there. And there we go. Terra Verde Deep 104. I'm just going along real light on the edge of this jar here. And I'll do this jar also the same color. push a little bit under this. So, looks like that little piece of fabric maybe is casting a shadow. Let's do sap green 113. These little bubbles in here. Ooh, gotta sharpen my pencil. Leaf green middle 060. Green. Castle green deep 057. And I get the edges kind of dark. And then color in the middle part a little light. I think maybe with the proximity to the cauldron, whatever is in these jars might be what's coming out of the cauldron. Do more green, cadmium green pale 112. Let's do also up here, maybe get this cover. Got emerald green 109. There we go. Color, we've got cobalt turquoise green 101. Just real light with the pencil. I'm not pushing too hard just yet. I'm going to wait and see how I like that shade. Okay, good. Now I think I'll go around the edges. Get these little dots there. Okay, good. Under there. Let's do sepia 070. That brown there. Maybe these rubber bands. Let's do a phthalo turquoise 102. Get this little fabric here, kind of zigzag, blend it with that green that I already colored earlier. Very nice. We'll do the same over here. Push kind of hard with the pencil. And then come through real light now. A little bit of a circular motion. All right, looks like we've got some utensils here. Let's go ahead and do a dark blue, Prussian blue 042. Just following along the edge of this little bowl. Get the feet. And then really light with that. And you know what? Might come out pretty good. Okay. And now just real light with the pencil. Just a little shade. Okay. We'll do these spoons too. Maybe they're all made out of the material, the same material. Kind of light right there. Let's do Cobalt Blue Light 094. We'll get the rest of this bowl here. Pick up the Prussian blue color that we already put down. Okay, maybe go a little lighter with the pencil up here. Okay. And this handle too. Do the bottom kind of like a dark shadow and then real light on top. Let's do Davy's Gray 067. Get these little handles here. All right, let's do these books here. Got Red Ochre 015. Do some of the bind of the book here. Get that. Maybe a couple of these pages. Start real dark near the spine of the book and then real light toward. All right, we've got Burnt Ochre 014. Let's get another one of these spines here. Maybe do the front of this one. Just get the edges real shaded, dark, and then go really light toward the top. There we go. Purple Lake 091. Get in here. And do the front of this book too as purple. And then let's do this one, purple. So I'll push real dark here, and then get a little bit lighter, and then very light near the edge. Let's use lavender now, 036. Get this other spine. Great. Cherry Pink 032. Get this book here, maybe do the cover. Get that color done. Okay, looks good. Cadmium Yellow Deep 075. We'll come through this book here, push along the edges, and then do really light in the middle like we've done in the other two colors here. And maybe the edges of these pages. Let's get that like it's got a gold foil or something. Scarlet Red 022. We'll get this last little bit. It's got a nice variation color happening with the red and the pink and the orange and the yellow. Looks nice. We'll get this spine here. Now all these books look like they come from the same collection. Let's do a sepia 070 for this last bit. There we go. For here, just like we did the other string, get this little bow here. Let's see. I thought maybe that was part of the stem, but I don't think so. Cadmium Green 062. We'll do these leaves. Just the base. I like coloring the leaves in two different colors because it really gives it some nice natural look. It's rare that you see a leaf. Here's Leaf Green 111. There we go. Get a little swirl. It makes it look a lot more natural. It's rare that you see a leaf that's really just one solid color. And there we go. Chinese Orange 026. Get them a nice color, make them all match. And do Venetian Red 021. Yeah, it looks good together. I think I'll also do part of the stem with the Venetian Red. Let's just do just the right side. And then I think I'll do a really pale yellow. Naples yellow, 008. There we go. Let's do a blue snail. So sky blue, 046. Maybe do the inside of his shell there. And then just press real light. We'll pick a different color for his main shell. Let's do cobalt turquoise green, 101. There we go, that looks nice. Nice contrasting color compared to the sky blue. All right, we've got these bottles here. This little tablecloth that we're gonna do. Purple Lake Deep, 038. Color this in like a checkerboard. Let's do something Halloweeny. Orange Lake 016. The other color on here. Purple and orange are always very fun Halloween color combinations. And then I'll do the outside of this little, just real light with the orange color. Don't need to press too dark. Very good. Let's do Bengal Rose 084. Get some of these labels here. We'll get some of these labels here. Jaipur Pink 031. We'll do another label. Maybe do this ribbon up here. Here's Ultramarine Violet 040. I'll follow this little plus sign here. Maybe fill in this color, this bottle here. All right. Here's one, Cobalt Blue Light 094. Get the rest of this ultramarine color here. It's a little darker than I wanted, so I only pushed pretty light with the pencil, and now I'm going over with a much lighter color here to just kind of blend it. There we go. Getting all these little corners. Permanent green, 110. This bottle looks a little like a cactus or something, so it made me think of green. Go through and do the edges, and then I'll just push real light. Push real light with the pencil, just barely touching the paper. Purple Lake 091. We'll get this bottle here. Push kind of hard with the pencil, and then we'll get lighter as we go up the side of the bottle here, real gradual. There we go. And then real dark there, and just do really light. And there we go. Okay. Here's Lavender Light 035. We'll get the rest of this bottle. Let's do Oxide of Chrome 063. This little bottle back here. Give it a nice green color. Green Gold 076. Get this top part here. Let's also use the green gold over here. It's a good color. Mulberry 039. You know what, that's a little too close to the purple. Let's do this bottle instead. There we go, that'll look cool. So again, just pushing about medium hard with the pencil, and then really light up here. That might come in with a different color. Looks like this might be some kind of ceramic jar. Let's come up here too and start working on these bottles. Let's use Mauve 093 for the rest of this bottle here. And I'm just blending in that mulberry color. Here's Cherry Pink 032. Let's do this bottle behind this other purple bottle here. I want something that's really going to stand out behind the purple and the green. And I think pink or red would be a good color here. And I've already got this sort of jewel tone theme happening here with all these bottles so that they all stand out and look a little different. A little bit, this reminds me a little bit of candy, like Halloween candy, like a bowl of Halloween candy. It's all different colors. All right, so that was cherry pink. I think I'll pick a different color to blend down here. All right, I think I'll use the same pink up here. Magenta 086. This should do. Back here, this should cover up that little mistake earlier. Oop. Okay. Good, good. Walnut brown 117. Let's get all these toppers up here. To sharpen the pencil a little bit to get in some of these really small sections here. Make sure you keep your pencil sharpener handy. Well, maybe I'll do this too. Keep the brown theme going. And this one too. Okay. Do a little light shade. Just barely touching with the pencil. Terracotta Light 011. Yeah, that looks good. Really gives it some dimension instead of just coloring it one single color. Just doing this extra step really gives it some realism. And here is Cerulean Blue 100. Go ahead and get these glass parts here. Pushing really light with the pencil. And then I'll go through and shade it a little more, give it more of a shadow. there. Maybe make that a little darker along here. And same with this one, just on the one side. Brilliant Yellow 009. Let's get the rest of this bottle here. Maybe come up and do this. Purple and yellow are really good colors. They are actually opposite on the color wheel, so they complement each other. You might see a lot of purple and yellow together. Here's Orange Lake 016. I'm being very careful not to color over the yellow polka dots that I just colored. Get really in there and between all those little circles. And then Purple Light 030. Get the top of this jar here. And I'm pushing kind of hard with the pencil. Not too hard that you break the lead though, or that it hurts your fingers. And then I'm just going to push real light down here because I think I'll come in with another color. Cobalt Purple 088. That looks good with that other color purple. Very nice. Actually, I think I'm going to go over these lines for the cobweb. I'm not sure what color I'll do yet for the background, but I really want this cobweb to stand out. I know the background I'm going to do something very light so it doesn't compete with all these fun colors that I've just worked so hard on coloring. Well, I think that just about wraps up part 2. There's still quite a bit left to color. All the chandelier and the candles and these jewels and this whole border here, as well as the shelves, this piece of wood, and the entire background. So I think I will save that for another part, the conclusion, part 3. Thank you very much for coloring along with me today. This was a lot of fun, and I will see you next time.